Hi, doing, Flora? We are chilling out here, and I'm with Jordan, and we are reporting from the
ABC 27 News Ice Desk.
Can you tell me what the weather conditions are right now, Jordan?
It's actually highly cold out here, and people are lining up quickly.
Eric's out on the road. He's at the Bluegrass Festival in Gettysburg. We got our feet tapping here. Eric?
Hey guys, yeah, we're down here, and we actually did get some sunshine here, and just enough to warm in the 70s. I actually think this is the best weather you could ask for. You don't have the sun glare in the 70s. There's not much rain happening actually across much of the mid-state, so that's perfect.
And Eric Finkenbinder and the rest of the Storm Track team here at ABC 27 has been keeping an eye on this thing from the start. In fact, the beginning of the week, and again, it's upon us at this point.
It's kind of beautiful out there right now, Eric.
It is. Rather quiet, too. You know, this is one time you can even get out and measure the snowfall before the wind's really going to start to blow it around. And for those that did send in some pictures and reports, it's a powdery snow. But that will change later on tomorrow. It's not going to be a heavy, wet, slushy snow, but it's going to be more compactable by tomorrow afternoon. But this powdery snowfall, just wanted to highlight here some of the higher amounts that we've had. Newville, Shippensburg, Chambersburg at 3 inches, Greencastle at 2.5, Letterkenny 3.5. You head farther east, we're getting generally 1 to 3 inches of snowfall elsewhere. And then heading into tomorrow morning, we're going to be seeing that snow here throughout the night, that we do expect about even 6 to 10 inches of snowfall here for many of us by sunrise tomorrow morning. Now, we're going to show you that snowfall map coming up here next. We haven't made any changes to it here this evening, so if you've been following us during the evening, not much significant change here from our maps, but notice that some of our biggest snow makers are showing about 25 inches of snow, close to 2 feet of snow. And indeed, we are forecasting 2 feet of snow for some parts of the mid-state here. Very sharp cutoff. It's just amazing. We go from just maybe 1 to 2 inches close to the State College all the way down to 2 feet here in Lancaster, York, and Adams and Franklin counties here. So for the I-81 corridor, we're looking at 8 to 14 inches of snowfall. You get down towards the south, and I mean, some places, I mean, we could be getting close to 30 inches there, as you see just south of the Pennsylvania-Maryland line. So this is going to be a big one, and for a lot of us, it might take until Sunday until we can finally really start to use the plows and the shovels as well. Zoom out and show you the big picture here. Even a little bit farther, you're going to start to see some circulation here. Now, that was the initial storm. Now we're talking the coastal storm, the nor'easter that's developing here. So you get one there kind of phasing or transitioning here to the coastal. There's going to be another time that happens here tomorrow evening. And that time, that second low changing or shifting to that third low may slow down or speed up here the timing of when we shut this thing down in terms of snowfall here by tomorrow evening. Lewistown, though, we're snow covered all the way to Millersville. And let's also take it to Hanover. So a lot of our cameras are going to be using here throughout the next 24 hours as well. I want to show you here by tomorrow morning. Notice that we've got about 6 to 10 inches of snowfall there by sunrise. And then we'll see more of that on top here. I want to show you the winds. It's going to be harder to measure that snow by tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening, and here's why. So we've got 20-mile-an-hour winds in York, 26-mile-an-hour winds in Lancaster. And those are the two locations we have blizzard warnings in effect. Does that mean the rest of us are going to be okay? Well, it's still going to be blustery, going to be breezy, and that will create some blowing and drifting, especially some of this powdery snow that we have right now. Even tomorrow evening, notice some of the wind speed. So that's why if there's any big changes that we can talk about, it's a blizzard warnings that have been issued a little bit earlier this evening. And notice where all the blizzard warnings have been in effect. It's been a while since we've had some blizzard warnings issued here close to the mid-state, winter storm warnings elsewhere, but this is really impacting many states here across the mid-Atlantic. So, as I mentioned, about 14 to 24 inches of snowfall here, 8 to 14 for a lot of us there along I-81 through Harrisburg and Lebanon County. Farther into Mifflin, Jr., you had about 4 to 8 inches of snowfall. And when you normally see these systems move through, you tend to get a quiet, crystal clear, sunny day to follow, and that's what's going to happen Sunday. But Mike, Alicia, I think a lot of us are going to be spending time digging out.
In October, the National Weather Service posted its winter outlook for the United States. Our region is placed under the equal chances. We added this forecast to our Facebook page, and it wasn't long before we received some comments.
So basically, you know nothing.
Why don't you just say we don't know? That would be way more accurate.
LOL, Farmer's Almanac has the same chances as you guys.
Well, let's start off with the Farmer's Almanac, which shows ice cold and numbing cold. Perhaps that's not what you want to hear. Then the old Farmer's Almanac outlook is more for you, mild and snowy. our team of meteorologists are once again posting a winter outlook for the mid-state, and we'll try to back it up with a little more science. We feel a weak La Nina, or neutral Pacific Ocean temperature, will have some influence on our winter weather. But several other factors will be used for our forecast. One of them is the larger than normal snow cover over Eurasia. Research has shown this could bring more cold periods for our region. Another factor is the warmer water over the northern Pacific. This could lead to a warmer west coast and cooler periods for us. To wrap this up into a winter forecast for the mid-state, our weather team anticipates colder periods to happen more frequently this winter. Now, warm air will push in from time to time, but the colder air will likely appear more often. Of course, the cold is necessary for snow, but there really isn't a clear signal to a snowy winter even if we have plenty of cold for it. For most of the winter, we expect a lack of an active southern jet stream, so most of our moisture would come from the north or the west, which typically doesn't bring big snowstorms. So we are calling for a near or below normal snowfall for the area. A normal snow season for us is about 30 inches.